Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Timmeister coming at you with a brand new look. Yep, that's right. I decided to rebrand the channel. I'd been using the same logo and the same animations for the last couple of years now, and with City Skylines 2 coming out very shortly, I thought the channel could use a nice refresh. So as you can see, I've updated my logo. It looks a bit cleaner, just more refined, and I've also removed the from my name, so I'm now just Timmeister. I felt like it just cleans up the name a little bit better. I don't know, it just kind of sounds better, I find. I'm probably gonna make the mistake of calling myself the Timmeister every now and again, but that's okay. So with all these changes that I'm making to the channel, I just want to assure you that there is no changes that are coming to my content. So I'm still going to be releasing the same kind of content. However, production value is going to go up a little bit because I have some brand new animations and new transitions and things like that that I'm going to be playing around with. But the overall content will remain the same. So in this episode, guys, we are going to be doing something very special. So I'm starting things off. We're hovering over here over the Bay of Dunswell. And in the last episode, I created the District of Dale over here. However, by the end of the last episode, I still hadn't built everything up. So everything was just zoned, but I didn't give the district enough time to actually build up and create this nice neighborhood. So here is a glimpse of it in its completed stage using the fantastic European suburbia theme. And to my surprise, these buildings look absolutely fantastic in a North American city. So I think I'm going to be using this theme a little bit all over town for the next little while. So moving on now, let's jump right into what we're going to be doing this episode, which is utilizing some of this mountainous terrain. Okay, and by that I mean I'm going to be building a large ski resort / nature park / observatory over here on this mountain. So with this city being based off of Vancouver in part, I thought that it could use a ski resort. You know, Vancouver's a huge ski town. You have Whistler not too far. You have Cypress Mountain, these world-class ski resorts and ski hills. I thought Dunswell should have the same, you know? And this mountain over here, I think, is the perfect contender. Its ridges and slopes aren't quite as aggressive as these other mountains that we have over here. We have a lot more room to play around with. And I'm already partially set up with these switchback roads. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer to use this corner of the map. So this entire mountain is going to become a giant park. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first thing I want to do for this park is to create an observatory up here on the top of this mountain. So, of course, I believe it's in the unique buildings that I can find this. However, I'm not sure where. Ah, here we go. An observatory. So this is a fantastic building. I've kind of been wanting to place this down for quite a while in this area. And I mean, this is the area to place this. Of course, we have gorgeous views of the city from here. Wow, just look at that, guys. That is amazing. So yeah, that's going to be the first portion of this. It's quite simple. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to run a simple dirt road up to the very peak of this mountain, which is over there. But I mean, this this is high enough right here. Okay, let's see how we can get this done. And I am going to keep a dirt road for this portion of the map. I kind of like that it's a dirt road. It makes it look a little bit more rustic and, you know, I just enjoy it. There, so it's going to go up like so. And then, yeah, I'll just place it down against this road. But I want to make this a little bit of a tourist attraction, perhaps. So here, let's have... Oh, no, I can't really do that. I was going to place down some parking lots, but we can't really have paved parking lots right by a dirt road. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just do something like this. So I'm going to flatten this out. Just like so. And then what I'll do is simply to use the surface painter tool to create a sort of dirt parking area. And then I suppose in between, I'll just add some little parking roads just like so. And here goes the observatory. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Use the surface painter to remove any pavement, because this is all gravel and dirt. There. That looks amazing. I don't know, does it turn? It'd be cool if it turned. Maybe what I'll do here is just, I'll make a little secondary loop around the building. Just like this, and then I'll use move it just to turn this around. Just like this. So then at least we have the telescope that's kind of looking off at the city. It adds a layer of epicness to this build. Oh, what do we have here? A little mess up. There, we'll clean that up. All right, so there's the observatory. However, we need to provide power to this area. I'm gonna leave this as is for now, and we'll add power later. And the reason why I'm doing that is I don't want to string power lines all over the place here, because it's just gonna get in the way of the ski hill and whatnot. So I'm just gonna ignore that for now, and then we'll provide power accordingly afterwards. All right, guys, so with the observatory being built, the next step is to start the ski hill. Now, along with this ski hill, I want to make a little ski town or a little village down at the base of the mountain, but I'm going to start with the top just for now. So just below the observatory, we have this sort of kind of flat land here. So I'm going to use some terraforming tools to flatten this out just to create enough room for a little clubhouse, and this is going to be like the main area on the top of the hill. All right, so I'll just create a little ridge here, and this is going to be the very top of the mountain. So like Cypress Mountain and Whistler, which is I'm going to base this park off of that, there's going to be 2 layers to the mountain, because I think a ski hill that goes from way up here all the way to the bottom is a little far. And what's really neat is a lot of ski parks actually have 2 layers. So in order to get to the very, very top of the mountain, you have to take multiple ski lifts. So I think at the halfway point will be the start of some trails, and then the second part of the hill, there'll be more trails, and then they'll kind of all converge into one area, probably like in this region over here. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to terraform another decently flat location over here. Let's see, what would be a good spot? Actually, maybe like right here would be a good spot. There, a little something like that, and then I'll smooth it all out just so it looks a bit more natural. There, and that'll sort of be like our first step. Okay. Now, let's determine where the little ski village is going to be. I think like right here would be a good spot. So what I'm going to do is create a nice flat area all along here. And in the ski village, I'm going to try to make it like a mini Whistler, meaning there'll be hotels here, little shops, things like that. And I think I'm going to apply the self-sufficient theme for this, just because the houses look, and like all the buildings look very green and very, you know, like they would be part of a ski town. So I'm going to remove these trees first of all. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to need some more trees. I know I'm at the very limit of how many trees can be placed on the map, so I may have to remove some. I was thinking maybe on the very edges of the map. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but we'll just have to give it a try. Okay, so let's start the little ski village now. And for this, I'm going to create a grand old entrance here. Oops. Let's level this off at 0 meters. There, that's better. There, and that'll be the sort of main street. And then we'll have a sort of main square here. And then, let's see. Okay, so we have our first plateau up here. What I need to do is to line up this road, or this junction, to that little ridge up there. And the reason why I'm doing this is, of course, every ski lift needs a cable car to get you up top, or a ski lift. So I'm going to place this right here. And of course, I don't know if there's any ski lifts in the world that have any curves in them, but this one will not. And this first ski lift will bring us over here. Okay, now that we're on the top of the mountain, let's create a dirt road as perpendicular as I can to this cable. I might want to delete this segment. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, because now it's going to be a challenge to line everything up. Let's take a guess and place it here. Wow, that's dead on. Perfect. That is amazing. This is kind of a long stretch, though. I'm gonna try to fix that. There, that's a little better. All right, so there's our first leg. And now we're gonna have to create a second one. Oh, what do we got here? Is that a moose? Hey, it's a moose. Look at that. Wandering around. Doesn't get more Canadian than that. Alright, so what I'll do now is... Oh, whoa, what happened there? I did not notice that was at 21 meters. Okay, and now I'm going to create a curve that loops around like so, and then we'll have to place down our second lift accordingly. I think if I place it sort of in this angle, maybe that would work. Here's the plateau up here that I need to line up with, and we're not quite lined up, so I'm going to move it, using move it, to right about here, and then I'll smooth this out a bit more. And there we are. So now let's bring this up. Boom, look at that, that's perfect. Now, I know it may not be the most realistic thing to have a ski park right by an observatory. Ideally, you would want an observatory to be in a light pollution-free area and away from any sort of civilization, but you know what? In this case, it's not the case. Here, I think what I'll do is just connect these two up like so. There, and that will go right to the ski resort, or to the ski hill at least. Okay, so now I gotta line this up somehow. That should be pretty good. All right, I feel like this is a long stretch again. Uh-oh, but I might not have a choice though. Oh, you know what? It's close enough there. Sweet. Now, I know there's a lot of ski hills that have multiple lifts, but I think in this case, I might just include one. Or well, two, pretty much, that just go lined up. So I don't wanna go overboard here. All right, so of course we'll have to provide water here eventually. But my first real order is I'm gonna have to place down some more trees here. So let's see. Of course, I'm gonna place down a lot of coniferous trees. I'm gonna increase our brush size, and I know like I'm pretty much right at the limit here of how many trees. There we are. Cannot create more objects of this type. So we're gonna have to steal some trees from some other locations. I'm gonna go as close as I can to the very edge of the map, and using the extra landscaping tools, I'm actually able to remove trees outside of our buildable area. And again, just kind of straddling the very edges of the map so it doesn't look too bad. Should be able to scoop up a few thousand trees here. There, that should probably be enough, I think. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. And then I think in between, I'm going to place down maybe some Norway spruce. Kind of mix it up a little bit. And then lastly, let's do some default alder trees, just to get a nice mix of colors in here. But actually, you know what? Maybe as I go up the mountain. Here, I'm gonna remove a lot of these trees up here. As we get further and further up the mountain, there should be less and less deciduous trees and more coniferous trees. So maybe I'll just go crazy here with these leafy trees down below. There, and then as we go up the mountain, our leafy trees make way to some pine trees. And the reason why I want such a high tree density up here is because I'm basically going to be carving some ski paths, or like some ski trails out of the trees, and I really want them to be pronounced. So I need to have a ton of trees. But this is going to have some consequences that I really have to be careful of. One of which is fire. So let's just check how bad this is here. I know it's just going to be a big splotch of red. Where is... Oh, right here. Bam! Look at that, guys. That is just a giant forest fire risk. So what I'm going to have to do here is place down some fire towers. However, I think I might hold off just for a moment because I don't want these fire towers to run right between our trails. So I'm actually going to pause the game because I know there's gonna be a fire here before we're done. So I'm gonna pause the game real quick, and let's start getting into some ski trails. So for me, this area here looks a little aggressive. You know, you have like these giant cliffs, but at the same time, you know, there's some pretty intense ski trails out there in the wild. So maybe it's not so bad. I'm a novice skier myself. You know, I usually go skiing like once every winter kind of thing. But you know, I'm no daredevil, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna smooth this out here. And let's just basically carve out some paths. All right, looks like I might have to get a little bit more density up here. I'm just gonna set it to full blast and just go crazy. Oh, I ran out of trees again. All right, let's do another swoop around the map. We have like one more little corner over here that I haven't touched yet. I'm just gonna straddle the sides of the map. You can't really tell. Oh no, I can't place more trees. Okay, well, that's what it's gonna be. You can't really tell all that much. Alright, so we're basically transplanting these trees over here. Just trying to shove as many as I can up here. There. I don't want to place too many because I still want to have some trees up here too. There. Okay, there we go. Now, let's try that again. Oh yeah, this is definitely way better. The only downside is I can't really see what's underneath the trees that well, so I'll just have to be careful to not, like, send people down a cliff. Alright, so we're gonna go down this way. Down like this. And also it's summer in Dunswell, so of course, you know, the cliffs are gonna be exposed and whatnot, so it's pretty normal. Where's the first platform? Oh, it's way down here. And then let's also have some side trails as well for some more experienced skiers. So these are going to be a little bit more narrow, just kind of cutting in through the trees out here. There, a little something like that. Wow, that's actually looking really cool so far already. Alright, so let's widen this out again, create some easier trails. However, there is a big cliff here, so maybe that's not the best option. Actually, you know what? Sometimes you have some trails going sort of like the back way too. Maybe let's have one of these. Okay, there's sort of the first leg of this, and that actually looks fantastic. So everything is going to sort of converge on this little area. I'm going to polish this up and make it functional. Of course, I'm going to have to connect the road up to the main street here and provide power. Actually, I wonder, do these towers, do they transport electricity? They probably don't. Let's do a little test here. If I place down a power plant here, and I hit play, so this building is going to get powered eventually. Oh, I think trucks have to deliver fuel to here. Here, let's just... Wind power is pretty instant. Let's try this. All right, yep, okay, there we go. It's got power. And no, power does not run through these lines, unfortunately. So unfortunately, these buildings are just gonna have to remain unpowered for now. And I'll fix that later. All right. So we've finished those trails. Now let's get into the second part. Now this side of the mountain, or this portion of the mountain, is a little bit more forgiving. It's not as steep, it looks like. Probably a bit friendlier to some ski noobs like myself. So let's create some nice paths that just kind of swoop around here. Bloop, back into the village. All right, so we got our trails all built up. Now, I just want to add some shrubbery here in between these trails because it is summer after all, and not much skiing is going on here. So I'm just gonna sort of dot this area with some of these fantastic shrubs. Oh wow, they're only visible for... You gotta get real up close to see them. There, and let's add some variation with this. And from my experience, a lot of these ski hills during the fall will actually, you can go up them and see all the beautiful leaves during the fall. So that's another little perk. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks great. Perfect. Look at that, guys. This is awesome. This is the first time I've ever built anything like this, so I'm quite excited. Now, there is one problem. This little intersection here, I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to create a path that, you know, kind of goes through some of these trails, which is not ideal. So let me just kind of like zigzag my way through here. Maybe we can say that this is just like a maintenance kind of trail, road, and it wouldn't really be in use in the dead of winter. Oh geez, that kind of messes up the trail a little bit. It's okay. I'll let it slide. So we're just simply going to make our way across the mountain like this. And I'll connect it up to this road. There. Okay, there we go. And for power, I'm really not sure how I'm gonna make this work. There's nothing I can really do. There's no like small building that I can place down here. Maybe a windmill. There's no wind though. Okay guys, I've decided what I'm going to do for power. Now it might not be pretty, but I have this hydroelectric dam that I can tap into. So I am simply going to take a power line and run it up. A slope too steep. Since when is a slope too steep for power lines? Oh, I know why. I know exactly why this is happening. Gotta go into my roads here. And then turn off smooth slope. And now there is no such thing as a slope too steep. So then this power line will just make its way up the mountain like so, and then come in through the back to feed this. And then in order to connect both of them, I'm gonna run a power line up to here. Actually, I think I might be better off running it up the side like this. There. That's not too bad. And then for this one, let's see here. Want to make sure that there's no power lines directly in the way of the skiers. And there. Connect this up just like that. Doesn't look too bad. And then over here, I'll just provide power in a different means. Oh yeah, you can barely even see them. Awesome. Okay, let's get started on the ski resort. So the first thing I'm gonna want to do here actually is to build a ski lodge. And for this, I am going to build a hotel. So of course we have a mountain lodge here. It's only a 3-star hotel, and it requires a lot of nature, a lot of sightseeing. I think we should be able to make this happen. However, I was going to place it right here, but it looks like I'm not. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna remove this. There, I'll create a little roundabout like that instead of the old road that we had, and then let's place down our lodge right here, right like peak nature. There. And also an old inn would look really cool. However, the inn requires a lot of sightseeing buildings, so in order to get this to work properly, I'm gonna have to place down a park. Okay, so in terms of a park, no, not tennis courts. Park with birch trees. There. Right at the base of the mountain. So hopefully that'll help. And then for the rest of this, let's have some little commercial buildings everywhere. And then, of course, we'll have some nice cottages here. Of course, some rental cottages are always a thing in these ski towns. And the rest will be commercial buildings. Maybe a couple of office buildings here and there. All right, and then for good measure, let's have maybe like a tourist park. Actually, yeah, tourist park right downtown, and then a tiny playground somewhere. Still need things to do in the summer months. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to provide power to this. All right, I think I'll just tap back into the hydroelectric dam over here. There. Eventually something will build here. Okay, let's hit play and watch this building grow. Now I know... what? Nature isn't even maxed out? Oh shoot, yeah, I have to provide water. Can't forget water. Actually, you know what? A water tower up here would look great. It'd be kind of realistic too, you know? Plenty of water pressure up here. Yep. All right, there we go. We got some power. Look at this, guys. This is looking fantastic. However, why? Oh, shoot. I think there's a local produce policy or something that I have to place down here. What is it? Is it a policy or self-sufficient buildings, organic local produce? Now, where do I get this zone? Ah, here it is. Bloop. There. Organic local produce. So it's going to change these vanilla buildings into buildings that look a bit more suitable for this area. So we'll get like little corner stores like this, and it'll just look better. So of course, we're gonna need a hospital over here, a little clinic at least, because, you know, people are bound to get hurt. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I gotta add some fire towers here, because just look at the fire risk that we have in this area. So the reason why I wanted to wait is because I didn't want these towers to be right in the middle of a ski path. So what I'm gonna do is just place them in between these clusters of trees, and then I'll place one way up top here, just by the observatory. All right, let's take a look at how our hotels are doing. Now, unfortunately, it looks like our hotel has lost a lot of its nature rating just because of this area being all built up. Maybe I should have backed it a little bit farther into the woods. But what I can also do is lower the price. So that'll at least reduce the amount of lost profit. Maybe we can break even. That's highly unlikely, but maybe I'll just have to move this building. What about this hotel over here? Wow, we're actually making money. However, the nature factor is not really maxed out. Let's take a look here. What can we do to max out the nature ratings of these two buildings? Okay, actually, this is not too bad. If I can scooch this mountain lodge just over here instead, that should fix everything. Yeah, look at that. Boom, instantly. Now, the only thing that we're missing now is some sightseeing locations. Public transportation connections are a plus. We should maybe add a bus station over here in town. But maybe we can add a unique building in this spot. Maybe there's like a lodge or something that would look the part. Okay, guys. Well, it looks like we have to provide some more shopping opportunities. Businesses, I'm not too concerned about. But it looks like sightseeing is the biggest factor that we're missing here. So let's add that. And to do that, I may want to add a unique building in here. Actually, maybe like... Let's run through our menus here to see what we can plop down. Is this a big plaza? Oh, this isn't too big. Here, let's do that. It's a thumbs up plaza. Looks very ski resort-esque. Does that rate? Oh yeah, look at that. Maxed out our sightseeing popularity. Now all we have to do is place down a couple more businesses and we should be golden. Oh, looks like we got a parking lot EV charging station here. That looks fantastic. All right, now let's go take a look at our sort of junction up here. I think I may want to place down a little store at least, so then people can rejuvenate, hydrate, whatever else. So there, let's have a couple little shops pop up here. And it'll draw more visitors in to use these cable cars, because right now, nobody's really using them. So it'll hopefully draw some tourists in. Maybe I can place down like a little tiny park or something there. That'll be sure to pull some visitors in. And what do we have here? An eco-friendly shop and then a little healthy weeds. And what I'll do here, just to fix things up a little bit, I'll just make this a giant dirt pad instead of pavement. There. That looks wonderful. And now how is our ski resort functioning? Oh, so close. But at least we're making money. You know, I'm gonna try to max these two metrics out. So what do we need? We need some shopping locations, so maybe like one more block of commercial and then a little park or something. And that should fix us all up. So where can we add a store? Let's add some stores here. There, so we got that, and then let's add another little tiny park right here. Now, what's that going to do for us? Boom, we're maxed out here, and this little store that's being built right in front of the hotel, hopefully that will bring us up to the 20 shopping popularity that we need. So at least we'll be maxed out on 3 of these metrics, and it should increase our profit by a little bit, and we can increase our price. Well, looks like it didn't. Here. Let's see if that'll do it. And why not? Let's increase our price to 55. There. Now we're actually making a decent amount of profit. Alright guys, well, I think that'll do it for this episode. You know, this was quite a long episode, and we've got a lot done. We created this beautiful ski resort / observatory area. I would love to make this a giant nature park as well. Maybe we'll have some trails and stuff going all over. But for now, you know what? I think this functions fantastically as a ski resort. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, as usual, leave a like, drop a comment, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have plenty more things to do in Dunswell, again, before the release of City Skylines 2, which is fast approaching. You know, I want to complete Dunswell before City Skylines 2 comes out. That would be like a proper send-off for City Skylines 1. So guys, again, thanks so much for watching, and until the next episode, take care. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I gotta add a bus station over here. So I'll just add a bus station that goes from the ski village. Let's bring it directly to this bus station. And then we'll just put it back here. There. And then let's go into our lines overview. Let's do this. The ski line. And let's put it white because snow is white. And there we go. Oh, and before we get too carried away here, let's line overview. Nope. Oh, this is what I want to do. Number of vehicles. Let's bring this down to like 6 because I don't think it's necessary to put anything more. Let's just put another bus stop here in this little neighborhood as well. There. That should do it.